We had to drop the rig here and pull the truck into, I think it's in that bay right there.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Lisa. How are you doing? How are you doing today?
We've been married too long.
We have?
No.
Uh-oh. Maybe we should turn off the camera.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Have a little
How
chat.
are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
I shouldn't say we've been married too long. You can tell we've been married for a long time. Today's moving day. We are moving from Colorado into Utah.
Yes.
Just north of Salt Lake City, hopefully, is where we're trying to get to.
Yes.
So it will be a longer moving day for us than usual.
6 whole hours of driving.
Yeah, it'll be more than that.
Because we go 55, if its speed limit is 75, and please don't send me all this stuff about how that's unsafe. The math and the science and the research says it is safe, so leave your comments. No, go ahead. Hit me with the comments. I'm a man, I can take it. So anyways, we go 55. If it's 75 and it says we're going to be there at 2, we're really going to be there at like 4,
4 or 5.
Yeah, again, math, science, and all that. We spent the night at a harvest host called Wasatch View Ranch. It has a beautiful, gorgeous views of the mountains. There's horses here. It's pretty cool. I'll give you a little look at the view. The sun's just coming up right there. We learned something very, very important here. We learned that you can't run the heat while boondocking overnight because it will drain your battery. Fortunately, we figured this out before we had 0 battery because you need your battery to put your slides in. We've actually made that mistake in the past and we're unable to put a slides in, which is annoying. Really, you have to basically go get the battery charged, which takes all day, or just buy a new battery. We have discovered that 80 degrees with humidity is our limit for boondocking. I think we're starting to discover what the bottom level is. It got below freezing last night. It was maybe 30 degrees last night. A little uncomfortable not being able to have the heat going. So I think the takeaway or the lesson here is to get another battery or possibly do some solar if we want to continue boondocking. But this, all in all, this harvest host was really nice. Is kind of strange because there was no store or there was nothing that we could go purchase. Normally we go and buy a bottle of wine or some apples or something if it's a farm. This is a horse farm. The owner is nice enough to let people stay here and with no monetary benefit to him. Danielle last night, it was funny. Danielle was looking at the horses. The girls were looking at the horses, and Danielle's studied all about horses and knows all the names. And she says, "Oh, that's a dun horse." And Ashley says, "Oh, Danielle." Guess what? She said, "You can't say." She thought she said dumb horse. But apparently dun, D-U-N-N.
Yeah, it's
a light brown color, right?
Light brown color with black stockings and a black mane and tail and maybe black dorsal stripe.
Okay, that part I didn't know.
So anywho, it was fun to go pet the horse. Do you pet a horse? I don't know.
Yes, they said hi to them.
Yeah, we said hi, and that was kind of cool. And the view was amazing.
It was a beautiful view. It was very, very lovely sunset. It was a very nice stay at Wasatch View Ranch.
Wasatch View Ranch.
Yes.
Okay. Boise, Idaho. We're making a good long 5-hour trip up there, and we're staying at a nice full hookups on a lake, so we can do laundry. Yes.
Don't look now.
Where's Nicole?
But we have a blanket monster in the back seat.
Nicole was here a second ago. I don't know where she is. I think she's trying to get warm.
No, I'm trying to see my Kindle because there's sun.
Oh, she's making a tent so she can see her screen.
Smart kid. Normally we would stay at a Harvest Host for an overnight stop like this, but it was laundry day. So laundry day, we need to, you know, do laundry. So we stopped at just a normal full hookup spot in Caldwell, Idaho. And we actually got a spot right by the lake, which is kind of cool. We have one more Harvest Host tonight, and then we're right into Gig Harbor, Washington. We are headed out. Headed out on the road. We are talking about how we used to think, like, when we left in the morning, we're like, do we have to check out like a hotel? Do we check out of it, or do we let somebody know we're leaving? And we're just like, leave, you know, because we know that nobody cares. Oh, funny story this morning. I just went grocery shopping because we were out of milk, and you can't have coffee without milk. And I turned down the wrong way on a one-way street, so that was exciting.
You didn't really tell me what happened there. You just...
I blanked. It was dark. I don't know. Still working on my first cup of coffee. And somebody honked. I was right next to a cop, which was even more exciting. And I turned the wrong way, and he just motored on. Didn't, like, I don't know, flip on his lights and decide to teach me a lesson, which I'm grateful for, sort of. But the guy that I was coming head on to he has a different version of that story right now, I'm sure. He's probably telling his wife about this moron from New York with a massive black truck that almost ran him over.
What kind of car did he have?
A little sedan, I don't know, Nissan Sentra or something. So I'm like, I'm sorry, and I'm like pulling over, and he's honking his horn, and so we figured it out. I turned around and made it work, but I'm just glad it was, what, 6:30 in the morning and not 8 or 9 in the morning when people were like going to work.
Yeah.
So anyways, that happened, and now we're on the road. We are here at Badger Mountain Vineyard in Kennewick, Washington, and this is another Harvest Host. It's absolutely gorgeous. As you can see behind me, it's amazing here. I'll spin around a little bit. Amazing view from where our rig is parked of this mountain here, or this hill, and the vineyard that just goes beyond. It's about sunset right now, so I thought I'd come out and get a quick shot of the vineyard. We really enjoy the Harvest Host program. We've had a chance to see some really cool stuff, and we're almost to our destination in Washington State, and this will probably be our last Harvest Host for a little while. So we enjoyed some wine tasting, and we bought a couple bottles of wine. If you have a chance to sign up for Harvest Host, you should totally do it. It's totally worth it. I think it's like $70 a year, and you get to stay at like really cool spots like that. The grapes here are all organic, so no pesticides. The wine is delicious, tastes great, and highly recommend it. Again, Badger Mountain Winery. Well, Lise, you want to tell everybody what's going on?
Well, today we hooked up the truck from, we left Badger Mountain Winery, and Bob went to go fuel up the truck, and when he got back he said, I don't want you to be alarmed, but a whole bunch of weird stuff popped up on the screen when I started the truck. I'm not sure what's going on. We're just gonna take a moment, we'll pray that we'll have a safe drive, and as we got on the highway we
had no power.
So the turbo wasn't engaging, so we looked up, and lo and behold, the next exit had a place called Affordable Auto and RV Repair.
So
we're here.
We are, I don't know, 4 hours from our final destination, and we have to make it up over Snoqualmie Pass, which is a mountain. We've made it over all the mountains in West Virginia, all the mountains in Colorado, and we have one mountain to go, and our truck is pooped out. We have 50,000 miles on this truck. It's a diesel Ford F350 6.7 liter diesel engine. It's been amazing. We love this truck.
Yes.
However, the lesson here today, boys and girls, is when I had this thing serviced before we went back to New York, they said, oh, you have a battery that's dead, and the battery cable, and they said, oh, it's gonna be, I think they said, I don't know, $300-400. And I looked at the battery cable, it looked totally fine. So the lesson is, when somebody says your battery cable is done, and you just get it fixed. There is no point in trying to make it last longer because you think it looks good. So I personally installed 2 new batteries in the truck, and they were fine. Everything's been great. We went all the way to New York, all the way back, and now we're almost back to Washington. And we have a guy checking it out. There were 11 diagnostic, when he plugged the codes, 11 codes. He said he's never seen that many codes pop up.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling it's because I was an idiot. Oh, and here he comes. So, well, I think it's about time to catch everybody up on what's going on. We're outside of the Tri-City Batteries. We're in Washington State. We had some problems with our truck, which is a bummer. The truck's been great for a very long time, going back and forth cross country. But it just started freaking out on us, and just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here, that's our rig right there. We had to drop the rig here and pull the truck into, I think it's in that bay right there. They're currently working on it. We first started off at, let's see, where were we first? Oh, an RV and truck repair shop. Then they sent us to the Ford dealership, who then sent us to this Tri-City Batteries. It looked like there was a cable problem with the battery, so they were able to, they had the parts here, so they fixed that, reset the computer, and that didn't solve our problems. So if you're wondering what our problems were, they were a lot. Pretty much the electrical system was going crazy. So the guys here have run through a whole series of diagnostics and have discovered there's like one cable that seems to be responsible for, all these problems. So now they are taking that apart and running the new cable, I believe, but it might be a little tricky project because the cable's underneath the engine. So they're working on that right now. They're doing a great job, and we appreciate all their hard work. So we, in the meantime, have set up shop in their waiting room. It's become kind of our living room. We've got the kids here. We've got Lisa's over on the couch. There was about 15 inches of wiring that had kind of melted to the engine. Nobody really knows why it failed, but it melted and failed. So with that one piece of wire, which was right against the engine block, all sorts of things started going wrong with the car, all electrical stuff. So they figured it out and they've replaced it, and now we're about to get our truck back and hook this thing back up, be on our way. Nicole!
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I'm looking for my thing. The hook. Here it is.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I found my book. Now we just have to get on my motor.
All right, come on out of there. Hero of the hour, saved the day. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
You're
Awesome.
welcome.
Awesome, you did a great
Glad
job.
I was able to help you.
Just heading out of another Love's gas stop, truck stop. This one is tight, super narrow.
And this guy went the wrong way.
Yeah, whoops.
What am I doing over there?
You're good. A little shoehorn on the side, and you'll be Get you out of here.
Good night.
So,
Not my favorite.
Follow
Stop.
the truck.
I'm gonna follow that guy.
When at a truck stop, follow the truck. After our crazy day yesterday of fixing the truck, all the computer systems have been updated. Apparently they were out of date. The guy, you know, I think there were like 5 different computer systems.
He said he had updated 5 of them and he still had some to go. I don't know how many there were.
At least 5. So our settings are a little off, but that's okay. We're all up to date now. And we are headed to Gig Harbor, our final destination. We're very excited, and we've made it a little ways already and have the Snoqualmie Pass to go over. Today is a nice, normal, relaxed drive day, and we have power in the truck. We didn't realize how much we took for granted the power of this vehicle until we didn't have it. I think there's a mode called limp mode.
Yeah.
Where it just limps along, and man, is that no fun. We do not like limp mode.
No limp mode.
So yes, this truck is amazing. We're glad to have it back.
Yes. A little pent up aggression there,
I'm gonna
Bob.
cut all that out. That's all gonna be edited out.